Hi BookTube, my name is Juan, I am just one reader, and today I would like to recommend the Neapolitan series, or the Neapolitan Novels, which is a series of 4 novels by Elena Ferrante. The first one, My Brilliant Friend, followed by The Story of a New Name, Those Who Leave and Those Who Stay, and finally, The Story of the Lost Child. These covers are absolutely hideous, and I would advise you to not take these covers into account because the series is so wonderful, so violent, so magical, and it's just nothing like what you would expect from just looking at these horrible covers. Just nothing like that. Really, really bad covers. They do not depict the wonderful things that are inside of the book. This video is not really a book review or a series review. I will not really tell you anything about the plot or the summary or synopsis. I just want to recommend them to you. If you identify with me or can relate to me in any way as a reader or with my personal taste, I think you will absolutely adore these books the way that I did. I have to say that reading these books has been one of the highlight experiences of recent years for me in terms of reading. I binge read the entire series in one go over the span of maybe 3 weeks or something like that. These books are fast-paced, they are full of cliffhangers and plot twists, they are action-packed, they are filled to the brim with drama and soap opera moments and love triangles and murder and violence, aggression, sexuality, betrayal. They're so delicious, but they are also incredibly character driven and quiet and slow and intimate. It's wonderful to me that Elena Ferrante was able to do everything so well and still managed to create such a spellbinding and compelling reading experience. These books are bingeable, but they are also books that you want to spend many moments just going through the same paragraph, just loving the texture of the beautiful language. If I had to tell you some other books that I think made me, that I was reminded of while I was reading the Neapolitan series, I'm going to give you 3 books, just so you know sort of what's the flavor of the Neapolitan novels. Wuthering Heights. I was constantly thinking of Wuthering Heights when I was reading the Elena Ferrante books, because they are thematically very, very similar. They are both stories about family and this compulsion to repeat patterns of aggression and abuse, and, you know, the conflict of aggression and sexuality. Very Freudian books, both Wuthering Heights and the Neapolitan Quartet by Ferrante. Very good examinations of character and of the psychic, individual psychic inner life of the characters and how they are sort of inhabiting a destiny, you know, like they are destined to they are compelled to repeat something. There's this idea of fate, not being able to escape your destiny and your fate. I was also reminded of The Shadow of the Wind and the rest of the books by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, my favorite Spanish writer, just because of the environment. You know, in these books you really get the setting of Barcelona, and in the Ferrante books you really get this textured Naples, post-war Naples, and it's just these beautiful descriptions and the tiny little details that make you feel the texture of this place. And I was also reminded of Donna Tartt, because, you know, I think for me Donna Tartt is one of my favorite storytellers. The way that she plays with storytelling, the storytelling aspect of narrative, if you get my idea, which is something that I love about the Goldfinch and all of her books. That's very present in the Elena Ferrante books. They are really, really great books in terms of the storytelling, especially book one. Book one was my favorite of the series because of the storytelling aspect. You really get the feeling that you are being told a story, almost like having it whispered in your ear, and it's this kind of almost mythical feeling, you know? I would say that something great about the Elena Ferrante books is that they feel like they excel at the macro and micro levels. They are incredibly like big and epic in scope, if you could say that word, but they are incredibly detailed and precise and nuanced in terms of the psychological, psychodynamic, psychoanalytical details of each character and the relationships between all of the characters. It's a great cast of characters. It's very, very easy to fall in love with this world, and I cannot sing this series praises high enough. So as a whole, as the entire experience, I would say that it's almost 5 stars for me. The first book, My Brilliant Friend, was 5 stars, and the rest of the books in the series were 4-star books for me. Not quite as great as My Brilliant Friend, just because I think My Brilliant Friend really is a perfect gem. But the series as a whole is wonderful, and if you can watch the HBO series adaptation, it's just wonderful, and it actually made me appreciate and treasure the experience of the books even further. So that's my recommendation. Read the Neapolitan novels by Elena Ferrante, please, I beg you. Thanks for watching.